What's up, everyone? Welcome to full-on announcement season. About a week ago, we had Cedar Point announced. Now today, August 10th, we have Dorney Park announced, and a surprise, Kings Island announced something, which we're going to do a separate video about that, so make sure you subscribe so you can see all the announcement videos, because it looks like Great Adventure has something coming. Six Flags Over Georgia, we know, has something coming up. Silver Dollar City. So tons of announcements all through August, so you want to make sure you subscribe to get all of our reactions and analytics of the whole rides and reactions. Like, that's what we're going to do here in this video. We haven't watched anything about the new Dorney roller coaster that's coming in 2024. It was assumed that it was going to be a mini dive coaster.
Which it is.
So we know the name of it, and we know that it's confirmed that it's a mini dive, but we haven't watched the actual video yet. We're going to do a live reaction and then just talk about what we think about the new ride and just some thoughts about it and thoughts about how it will fit into like the region and stuff like that. So let's get into watching this video first and foremost. Oh, 95-degree drop.
That's a record. It's going to be a record.
Well, that video...
That's it. 15 seconds.
That video was absolutely short. It said 4 inversions, 95-degree drop.
And I think there is there's a POV for it. There's like off-ride stuff.
Well, if there's a POV for it, then let's...
There's a video.
Look, here's a video on Dorney's website, so let's see what
this is. This one's at 14 seconds long of just the drop.
Okay, so they're just showing the drop. Do you know, the first thing that stands out to me is the fact that, do any other dive coasters just go straight up the lift hill?
No, that's what I noticed, because like people like had like pictures of it before it was kind of leaked before it came out, and then that's what people had, it just going straight into the drop, which is very interesting.
Instead of the normal come up and do the turnaround.
Yeah, not common at all.
But that's going to save some money, because we figured Cedar Fair isn't going to invest a ton of money into something like this. Dorney is one of their smaller parks, but it's in a very busy region of the country with lots of people.
Yes.
It makes sense that they're going to invest into Dorney and try to bring some of those people that would go to Hershey Park or Great Adventure.
Those parks don't have a dive coaster or anything like this, so it's definitely unique to the area.
Yeah, so this is definitely something that will draw in the regular park goers, because regular park goers, like when we're at Cedar Point and we see people look up at Valraven,
people are like, oh my god, that is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
It draws attention to people walking by, and people look at it and they're like, oh my god, we're drawn to that because it's big, it hangs you over the edge. And people actually have been on it before, and we've heard them say, like, we'll be next to them or in front of them or whatever, we'll hear people say, you know, I actually like Maverick better.
Because people think these are going to be some, like, amazing rides. They draw in a lot of attention, and then people are surprised when they're not the best ride in the park. But this, would it be the best ride in the park? Possibly. Only the most twisted thrill rides offer numerous inversions, and Iron Menace Boost 4.
Yeah, we haven't even said the name. Iron Menace is the name.
Iron Menace is the name. After the initial beastly drop, the train pulls up sharply and flips 180 degrees. In an Immelman inversion, a 0G roll dishes out a 360-degree inversion in wild weightlessness, a tilted loop. The first on a dive coaster. So is that just a incline loop?
Is that like what's on like Rougarou and that?
Yeah,
like just
I've never heard it called a tilted loop. But if it's the same thing, then that'd be interesting on a dive coaster. Like Yukon Striker was weird because it has a vertical loop. This ride, a tilted loop.
And a mind-bending 360-degree corkscrew spin, leave you wondering which way is up. and counting the seconds until you can ride again. So let's watch this video focused on the inversions.
4 inversions is pretty good.
Especially since we haven't seen the stats yet as far as the track length or ride length. Yeah, they should have that more towards the bottom. And the height, it looks like probably in like the 130, 140 feet range from what you can kind of tell. Let's see these inversions.
So there's the Immelman, pretty common on a dive coaster, should be fun. And then 0G roll immediately after this. It looks like a very inversion heavy. There's the tilted loop, which looks very interesting. Looks like a very
that looks cool.
A very steep overbank turn.
Yeah.
And then a corkscrew, definitely also very unique on a dive coaster. So it's a very inversion heavy dive coaster, and it's into the brakes. Every element is pretty much an inversion, which is very interesting. Most dive coasters but like some thrown a little extra something. This is strictly inversions, which is cool.
A beyond vertical drop, 95 degrees, straight into an Immelman, straight into 0G roll, straight into
the tilted loop, and then the corkscrew, and then a final helix into the brake run. Here are the stats. Designed by Bollinger and Mabillard.
B&M, as I call it. I thought of calling it B&M.
That's a very unique one.
I'm pretty creative, so I thought of B&M for short.
And it's cool because the train goes right through here. See? It goes right through the ride. It goes like through the station almost. Through like the where like the switch track might be. Which is really interesting. This ride...
Transfer track?
Yeah.
Okay, so it is a coaster type, a dive coaster. Surprise.
Height of the drop. Is 152 feet.
Okay, so that's interesting that they specify height of the drop. So obviously, somewhere in there, it uses some terrain, probably.
No. The hulking train elevates riders to 160 feet.
Oh, okay.
So they're just saying the height of the drop.
Okay, it's a little taller than I thought.
Yeah, 160 feet.
Than I thought it would be.
Pretty cool.
95 degree
inverse drop, which is really cool. Wasn't expecting that.
A top speed of 64 miles per hour, and as you know, 4 inversions, and 2,169 feet of track. Ride duration of 90 seconds. Which is pretty short because that would include the lift hill
and like brake run and all that stuff.
Yeah, so that it's going to be a very short ride. It's going to be kind of a throwback to old dive coasters that were originally out that you had the drop and then like one inversion and then you hit the brakes.
Yeah, like Oblivion, which is the first dive coaster. It's literally a drop and a turn.
And the trains are a little smaller, 21 people.
But that's only 3 less than like a regular dive coaster.
Yeah, because there's 3 rows, and instead of
8 people, it's 7.
8 people, it's 7 across.
So just 1 seat. So 3 seats less than bigger dive coasters like Yukon Striker, Valraven, Griffin Sheikah, all that stuff.
So nothing big about that, but it does run 2 trains. It is only going to be 2 trains instead of 3 trains, which is on some of the bigger ones.
Should be all right. And one thing is no mid-course brake run, which it's a mini dive thing, no mid-course brake run.
It looks like it will be a great addition to this park.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's something that, look how tiny look at this picture.
It's a small little dive coaster, and that's really cool.
It's something that, like we said before, look, he's covering up my face, I can't see. It's something that Great Adventure doesn't have, Hershey doesn't have. So people that are thinking, okay, we live in this region in Philadelphia, Allentown, New Jersey, wherever, somewhere around there, people that are thinking, we're going to go to one park this year. A lot of families choose probably one park. And you have Great Adventure, Hershey, Dorney, Knoebels. You have a few different parks to choose from in that area. Cedar Fair obviously thinks that this ride will be the difference maker in drawing in some people. and getting some of that money from some of those other parks.
That's right.
And I think it will.
This park definitely is like a local park. They're not trying to compete with Six Flags Great Adventure and Hershey Park.
No, they're not trying they're not trying to compete as far as like we're going to take all their customers. But I think some of just the regular park goers that, like I said, go to just one park a year, I think that this is an attempt to bring them in because it is something so unique to that area.
The drop does look really cool. The 95-degree drop.
Yeah, straight into that Immelman. So that should be fun. And it's just boom, boom, boom. You go down the drop and 4 inversions and then brake run.
The theme of this ride is like it's like factories kind of thing.
Yeah, because the station looks
kind of like a factory kind of.
Yeah, and this picture that we'll show here on screen, it shows like what would probably be like a steel mill and something.
And stuff. So yeah, and like the teasers had people like breaking into something. So I'd like to see the story with that and how all that connects with everything. Are you breaking into the steel mill?
I really thought that there would be something a little bit more. I thought there might be like what Carowinds did with Copperhead Strike, where they have like some screens on the side and you see some animations of stuff.
Like a pre-show?
Yeah, like something maybe like a little pre-show or something whenever in the brake run, like a shed, like some people are thinking, okay, maybe there'll be
a shed.
There'll be their own shed for something like this.
I mean, the queue, we'll see what the queue looks like if they tell some sort of story in the queue line.
Yeah, but it really looks nothing like... So the train, the ride doesn't go through that one little ride that they have. That's what goes through the kind of station. Oh, is that what you meant?
That's what I said, the train.
Oh, okay.
I didn't mean the coaster train. Okay, if you thought that I meant the coaster train, I'm not talking about the coaster train, I'm talking about the train.
Okay.
The actual train, the choo-choo train.
The
choo-choo train goes through that area. I'm not talking about the coaster, I'm talking about the choo-choo train.
Okay, because I thought you meant that it has like a station flying by or something.
No. The choo-choo train.
Choo-choo!
Choo-choo, that goes through, which is cool. And it looks like you'll get some really cool views of the ride. You go like right under it, right through it. Really, really cool.
Okay, so it holds you for 3 seconds. It specifies that, which I think that's Valraven.
That's like Valraven. Some, like Yukon Striker, is 5 seconds, which is a lot.
Well, this ride looks like it will be a great addition to the park. They needed another coaster pretty badly.
They definitely did.
It's been a little while since they've gotten anything new.
This will give them a great top 4 Hydra, Talon, Steel Force, and now whatever this is called.
This is called Iron Menace.
Iron Menace. So will this be the best ride in the park? Maybe, maybe not. Have to ride it and see. But it's definitely a great fit and excited to ride it.
Okay, really quick, they do have some backstory here.
Okay,
let's see the backstory, the mystery behind the Menace.
Ooh, let's see what this is like.
In the early 1900s, Scottish businessman, yes, I said businessman, Hiram S. McTavish, opened McTavish Steel Mill, a direct competitor to Bethlehem Steel Company. Greed dictated McTavish's every move, and he was well known to prioritize profits over people. That doesn't sound too different than any other company out there, pretty much. With an eye on maximizing output, McTavish created a massive hauler he dubbed as Iron Menace, a device the steel industry has never seen. The rail transporter moved workers and ore at record volumes and dizzying speeds. Suddenly, the greedy steel baron mysteriously disappeared. No one knows how or where. Shortly after, McTavish Steel Mill closed. All that remains today are the mill's decrepit shell, which is the station, rusty relics, and wild tales of the owner's whereabouts. So Wild Tales, is there some sort of pre-show, or is it just going to be like signs or something like that?
You go straight into the lift hill, so no room for a pre-show.
Maybe some screens up in the queue, kind of like what Orion at Kings Island.
Stuff like that, and like pictures and stuff. I'm hoping it's a well-themed queue. I'm hoping they don't have to go crazy, but
It looks like it should be.
I like theming, and I hope it is well-themed and it really tells a story, because that would be really, really cool. Dorney Park has no theming.
No.
Really, Cedar Fair doesn't theme rides. But recently, with Orion and Copperhead Strike and Mystic Timber, a lot of these newer Cedar Fair coasters, Steel Vengeance sort of, they try to give more of a theme than they did in the past.
And a lot of story, not necessarily theming,
but a story. Like Copperhead Strike tells a really good story.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like the direction that Cedar Fair's going with the stories and all that stuff.
All right, well, that is it for this video. Thank you for watching, and let us know what you think of the new roller coaster here at Dorney Park. And we already told you earlier to go down and subscribe, because we have plenty of other videos like this coming out this month.
Kings Island made an announcement today, so we'll make a video about that. There's all sorts of really exciting announcements coming up soon.
And you can go down in the description if you feel like it, and you can join our channel membership. You can be like one of these wonderful people right here on the screen. They join the channel membership, and they get, because of that, they get exclusive shout outs, they get exclusive videos, pictures. Sometimes we put polls up about what videos we might do next. So if you want to be part of that community and help us out oh so much so we can continue doing all these videos, we'd really appreciate that. But that is it. Let's wrap up this video. So tell them our whole exit thing, the thing that we do at the end. Do it.
See you guys next time at Beach Cliff Studios. Bye bye.
That is what we do at the end.